What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and I'm here today, you guys, with another review for Abbott Elementary, you guys. Season 5, episode 3, I think this is, you guys. If I'm wrong, correct me. The episode was titled Ball Game. Now, this was a funny episode. Now, before I go ahead and get into it, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor. Stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, and sharing the video, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this episode of Abbott, shall we? This episode, you guys, it opened up. It was funny to me. Because y'all know the latest crave is those little figurines, dolls, whatever you want to call them, the Labubu's. Like, I had never heard of Labubu until Roxanne, aka It's Rocks, or Rocks, whatever y'all want to call it, right? But I ain't know nothing about no Labubu's until her. And so everywhere I go, it's Labubu this, Labubu that. Like, I saw Labubu on South Park. So there's a little girl, she is making some Lafufus. I said no, Lafufus. But what I did not know about Labubus is because I was at the mall a few weeks ago, right? And one of the stores in the mall that sell those pops and stuff, they got Labubus. I didn't realize that Labubus were so expensive. Like, damn. Them things are high as hell. Like, I'm looking at one now at Pop Mart. This bitch is $114.99. Bitch, I wish I would pay for it. And they're ugly. I'm sorry. If anybody likes Labubu, no offense to you guys, right? So Gregory is telling the girls, what about I told you guys about side conversations, right? And that's when he figured out that the little girl was selling the Lafufus. So then we see Ava, she went into the teacher's lounge, right, to tell the teachers that it is teacher appreciation night at the Phillies game. They got 8 tickets, and so they were like, oh, so we're all going to the game. And Morton's in there. She was like, yeah, so it's going to be me and O'Shawn, and Mr. Johnson's going to go because he was in a Negro League, and then I'm going to pick 5 of you up, 5 more, right? So then she went down the line. So Jacob is holding his hand up, and so is Morton. So she said, Gregory, do you want to come? He said, yeah. Melissa, I ain't got nothing else to do. Barbara, you want to come? So we got 3. We got Melissa, Gregory, and Barbara, right? And so we need 2 more. She was like, Jacob. And so then she said the last person was Janine. And so Morton was like, I want to go. And Janine was like, yeah, how about Morton go? Like, I don't really like baseball. It's not my thing. So yeah, how about Morton go? She's like, no. And then Gregory was like, why, just go. It's going to be fun, right? So then Janine is worried about getting hit in the head, right? So as they're getting ready to go, Janine comes in with this big ass hat on her head, right? And they're like, why do you have this big hat on? So they took off the hat, and so she had one of those, those hats that the baseball players, right, have, right? So we find out she's worried about getting hit in the head. And so then we see as they got to the game, right? Now, I don't know why Janine didn't know this, but even I knew this. Like, when you go to sporting events and stuff, or even just like concerts or anything like that, they do not allow you to bring in a big, huge bag from outside. Like, they tell you that's got to stay. So Janine was like, you know what? You guys go ahead. Mind you, everybody don't went ahead of her. So Greg was like, she was like, Gregory, you go. And I'll just go back to the car when I find out where the car is parked, right? So Gregory was like, I'll come with you. So you hear them getting ready to start the game. So she was like, he told her, hop on his back. And then they'll go, she's like, Gregory, I can run. And she couldn't run. So she said, you know what? I'll just hop on your back. So she hopped on his back. And they ran to the car, right? Now, we see as Jacob is giving a history lesson on everything in the ballpark. And I was like, oh my God, Jacob, shut up. Then you hear Barbara. Barbara is trying to give one of these players, I think his name is Kyle, she's trying to give him batting tips and stance tips. I was like, oh God, Barbara. Then you have Janine asking 1,000,001 questions, and I'm like, that is the one thing about me when it comes to like going places, like going to a movie, going to a concert, going somewhere like or going to a baseball game, football game, basketball game. I would hate to be sitting by somebody who asks 21 questions. It's like, can we enjoy this? You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't got to ask 1,000,001 questions, but that was what Janine was doing. Meanwhile, you got Ava over here. So Ava wants her and O'Shawn to sit in this particular spot because she wants them to be on the kiss cam. I was like, okay, Ava. So then we see as they did have a dance cam, right? So you see the people dancing, and then they put the camera on Janine, who got up and started dancing, and she won. Now, the funny thing about Janine winning is they think that Janine is a little girl. I was like, that is not a little girl. That is a grown-ass woman. But that was funny to me, right? At one point, there was a man behind Janine. He got so excited, he wasted his popcorn on her. Gregory is over here writing down something in a scorebook that he got. I was like, what is going on here? Like, everybody is fixated on other things. Mr. Johnson, at one point, he got up and he disappeared. So he came back with green fuzz on him. So O'Shawn believes that Mr. Johnson is the mascot, which I will be honest with you. At one point, I did think that Mr. Johnson was that mascot. I did think he was the mascot. So you still got Jacob over here. Jacob is still giving all this history stuff. So him and Melissa got up to go to the concession stand to get some stuff, right? Now, Melissa just wanted Jacob to shut up at any cost, right? So she then comes up with, I think now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I guess for every inning, if they scored or something, I don't know if it was if they scored, whatever, he had to eat a hot dog and chug down the beer for every time that they did something. I was like, ooh, I know your stomach gonna be fucked up. Like, I know his stomach was toe up. So when O'Shawn thought that Mr. Johnson was the mascot, right? He told Ava at one point, he was like, I got to use the bathroom. And if Mr. Johnson disappears, let me know. So O'Shawn, and she was like, why don't you just wait for the kiss cam so that then you can go to the bathroom? But O'Shawn was like, I need to go to the bathroom. And so Ava finally said, okay, fine, just go to the bathroom. So he went to the bathroom. When he went to the bathroom, that's when they decided to do the kiss cam. So when they did the kiss cam, you got Mr. Johnson and Ava sitting by each other. She's like, this ain't my boyfriend. This ain't my man. And so Mr. Johnson, I wouldn't be with her. And she was like, huh? I was laughing my ass off, right? So then you got Barbara still up here trying to give tips to that guy, Kyle. I was like, oh my God, Barbara, what are we doing here, right? So Kyle threw a ball into the crowd. Remember, Janine was worried about getting hit in the head with a baseball. Well, guess what happened? Janine got hit in the top of the head with the baseball. They were like, we hope that little girl is okay. She is not a little girl. She's a grown woman. It was the fact that they really thought that Janine was a little girl. So we then come back and we see that Janine is getting seen by the medic. And they told her, you know, you're going to be fine. And so they came in to offer her something. And Gregory wanted season pass tickets. And he was like, well, the guy was like, well, you know, we can have y'all meet the mascot. And Gregory was like, can we still get the season pass tickets? I was like, exactly. Can I have the season pass tickets? Like, my girlfriend got hit on the head. She's fine. But can we have the season pass tickets? Like, I'll take that over meeting the mascot. I really would. And I'm not even a baseball person. But I would definitely take the season pass tickets over meeting the mascot. Just saying. So then they went back and they told them that she only got 10 minutes. And they were like, 10 minutes to live? They were like, no, she got 10 minutes with the medic. I was like, not 10 minutes to live. She got hit on the head. It ain't that deep, but leave it to Barbara to take it that route. So they said something else, and Jake was like, can we just stop with those kind of references? Because it's making it seem like our friend is not gonna make it, right? So then O'Shawn came back and Ava explained to him why, she wanted to be on the kiss cam, why it meant so much to her because, she's used to dating people who are playing, right? Like Andre Iguodala, she's used to people like that. So this means something to her. But she's still, in her own Ava way, she's still kind of talking down to O'Shawn. But O'Shawn was like, well, I did something even better for you. And I was like, what did you do for her? Now, when they got there, O'Shawn had his phone, so he took a picture of them like this, and Ava kissed him on the cheek. And so we see on the Jumbotron that O'Shawn found someone to put the picture up of them, and she was like, that was sweet. And Melissa like, nice job. I was like, oh, O'Shawn. Like, I love this side of Ava. Like, y'all know I love Ava. Y'all know Ava. I go for Ava Coleman, even though she's the world's worst principal, but she means well. So I was here for it. I absolutely was here for it. So then, remember, I told you since Janine got bumped on the top of the head, they were able to meet the Philly Fanatic and Kyle. Now remember, I told you, Barbara had been trying to get that man's attention the whole entire game, right? So before I get to that, they were getting ready to meet the Philly Fanatic, right? So O'Shawn is like, Mr. Johnson is the Philly Fanatic. And so the Philly Fanatic comes on the field, right? And you hear Mr. Johnson's voice saying, like, what made you think that I'm the Philly Fanatic? Like, how did you figure that out? And he was like, because I ain't never saw you and the Philly Fanatic in the same area at the same time. Meanwhile, Mr. Johnson is sitting over here in the dugout, and the Philly Fanatic is right there. I was like, so Mr. Johnson and the Philly Fanatic are not the same person, right? So O'Shawn was like, huh? It was funny to me. Now, back to Barbara. Remember, Barbara has had something that she wanted to say to Kyle the entire game. Kyle said something to her. Barbara choked. I said, now, Barbara, I know you lying to me. I know you fucking lying to me. So then we get back to the school, right? Now, the new guy, he didn't go, and Morton didn't go, right? So Barbara is back in school telling them what she said to Kyle, and Jacob like, that is not true, Barbara. I was like, it is absolutely not true because you completely choked when that man came up to you. But I feel like I would do that. Like, if I were ever to meet Beyonce, I really do feel like I would be like, like I wouldn't know. I feel like I would be just like Barbara. But yeah, you guys. And then Melissa got Kyle's autograph, right? Now remember earlier in the episode, the little girl who was selling the little foo-foos, well, she got a Kyle autograph on one of her little foo-foos that she got from Melissa. I said, a little con artist in the making. But that was the episode, you guys. It was a good episode. Let me know what you guys thought about it down in the comments section below. Subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, you guys, and also share the video. And until the next time, stay safe, you guys. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. Be blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Sorry that this video was short, but it was a cute episode. Not a lot happened in this episode. I would say filler, but it's not. It wasn't really filler, but not a lot happened. But yeah, again, I'll see you guys in the next video. So next up, you guys will see it tomorrow morning. Let's get into the blogs. I'm gonna film that probably before the night ends or tomorrow. But yeah, I'll catch you guys for that.